Very good morning to all the students who follow my channel Biologia. If you have not yet subscribed, do subscribe to the channel Biologia and hit the bell icon so that whenever I upload a topic or a practical or any activity, you are able to get the notifications without fail. Okay, so in the last class, we have taken the introduction for the excretory system. In today's class, we are going to learn entirely about the human excretory system, its part and functions of each and every part with little bit extra information. In the next class, I'll be taking the transverse section of kidney in detail and the structure, function and process taking place in the filtration unit of kidney, that is nothing but the nephron. Okay, so let us start with the explanation of human excretory system. Now, before switching on to the entire explanation of human excretory system, we need to recollect certain things which we have already learned in the transportation section. Okay, now in the transportation, when we studied heart, the structure of heart is given down in the videos. You can go down, you can scroll down and you can check the videos once again. Okay, so in the structure of heart and in the transportation, we have studied about the main vena cavas. Vena cavas are nothing but the veins. Okay, superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Superior vena cava brings blood from upper part of the body. When I say upper part of the body, above the heart. Inferior vena cava brings the blood from the lower part of the body. Okay, whatever parts belong to the lower half of the body, that particular blood is brought by the inferior vena cava. Now here in the excretory system, this system is placed or position is towards the lower part of the body. So here we need to remember one thing, inferior vena cava. Second thing which we need to remember over here is aorta. Okay, we have studied that aorta brings the blood from the heart and takes it to different parts of the body. Now the blood which aorta brings, that blood is oxygenated blood, but it is not a filtered blood. मतलब क्या है इसका? Okay, that blood in biology, there is a word which we use for that particular blood. It is a bad blood. Means what? Unfiltered blood, bad blood means what? Okay, so it is a blood which, or it's a type of blood, okay, which is actually containing everything including the impurities. Okay, now this blood need to be filtered and again sent back to the bloodstream. Okay, now when it is filtered and when it is sent back to the bloodstream, everything which is entering via the blood, okay, it will include waste material also that is not required by our body. Some materials are required in large amount, some materials are required in small amount by the body. Okay, so everything is brought by that particular blood and that particular blood need to be filtered. Okay, so what is aorta doing? Aorta is bringing the blood from the heart. Okay, from the heart, it takes blood to different parts of the body, different organs. Okay, so it also brings the blood, okay, which is oxygenated, which is red in color, but it is an unfiltered blood. Okay, so aorta is bringing the unfiltered blood. See, this is aorta. Okay, first we will learn this, understand this, then we will switch on to the part. It will be easy, you will never forget. Okay, so this particular aorta is bringing the blood which is unfiltered, and that particular blood, okay, will enter into a particular artery. Okay, now that particular artery, one of the pair of that artery is branched or it branches from the abdominal aorta. Understanding, the aorta reaches everywhere in the body. So the abdominal aorta which is there, that particular aorta gives a branch, a pair of arteries. Okay, and that particular pair of artery which has branched from the abdominal aorta, that particular artery that we call as the renal artery. Okay, what is it? Renal artery. Remember, the renal word is used for kidney. Okay, so this particular renal arteries will enter inside the kidney. So aorta is bringing the oxygenated unfiltered blood, and it will pour that particular blood into a pair of artery which has branched from the abdominal aorta. Okay, and that blood will enter into the kidney. Now that particular renal artery will branch out into capillaries within the kidney. Okay, and inside the kidney, purification occurs. Let's understand this much right now. How purification occurs, what are the processes in purification, that we will see later on. Okay, so aorta which brings oxygenated unfiltered blood, that particular blood enters into the renal artery which is a pair of artery that has branched from the abdominal aorta. Okay, so that particular blood is entering through the renal artery branch out to form capillaries. Okay, so that blood from the aorta is entering into a particular kidney structure or an organ, okay, for filtration, and that organ is nothing but the kidneys. Okay, so inside the kidney, all the purification mechanism occurs. Okay, whatever is required by the body, that need to be again sent back to the bloodstream for utilization by the body, because blood goes everywhere. So via blood, the required material in required amount reaches each and every part of the body. Okay, how? Okay, then after filtration, unwanted material is expelled out. How, we will see later on. Okay, but the filtered blood, okay, the filtered blood without impurities, okay, will enter the vein. Which vein? Renal vein. Okay, renal vein is connected to the main vein, the vena cava. Which vena cava? Inferior vena cava. Okay, why inferior vena cava? Because inferior vena cava is a vein, is the largest vein. Okay, vena cava means vein. Okay, so inferior vena cava brings the blood from lower part of the body. So after filtration, the filtered blood will enter the renal vein. Through the renal vein, it will enter into the inferior vena cava, and via inferior vena cava, it enters the circulatory mechanism. We have studied, yes or no? Inferior vena cava, say right auricle, right ventricle, lungs for oxygenation, then left auricle, left ventricle. Okay, then to all the parts of the body. This goes on and on and on. Understanding? Okay, so this entire process, I hope you understood. You need to remember inferior vena cava, aorta. Aorta is bringing unfiltered blood. Okay, it pours that blood into the renal artery. Okay, renal artery branch out within the kidneys to form capillaries. Okay, inside the kidney, purification occurs, and whatever filtered, okay, whatever is filtered, that is the filtered blood, will enter into the vein. Through the vein, it will enter into the inferior vena cava, and from the inferior vena cava, it will enter into the circulatory mechanism. This is what happens. Okay. Now, if I talk about the entire structure, entire parts of the excretory system, the entire excretory system comprises of pair of kidneys, okay, pair of pipe-like structures, tube-like structures, and these are called ureter. Okay, one urinary bladder and one urethra. Okay, this red color structure, this is nothing but the aorta. This blue color structure, this is nothing but the inferior vena cava. Here you can see a blue color structure, that is nothing but the renal vein. a red color structure, that is nothing but the renal artery. Remember, renal word is used, okay, which indicates kidney. Okay, for anything related to kidney, we use renal word. Kidney failure, renal failure. Understanding? Okay. Now, just above the kidney, there is a cup-like gland which is present, and that particular gland is called as adrenal gland. Okay, and it is a gland which secretes a hormone called adrenaline. Okay, and this hormone is also called as a hormone of fight or flight. So whenever we are in any emergency situation, okay, we take any particular step, that is because of this hormone. Okay, this about the hormone we will study in detail in control and coordination chapters last part. Okay, here just remember, above the kidney towards anterior part of the kidney, there is a cup-like gland which is present, and that is. Now, as far as the kidneys are concerned, there are two kidneys which are present towards the back side. Okay, on either side of the spine at the lowest level of the rib cage. Now, as you can see, the right kidney is slightly at the lower level as compared to the left kidney. Okay, that is because of the bulky liver which is present towards the right side. Okay, though the main function of the kidney is filtration, okay, it filters the blood, okay, and send the filtered blood back into the bloodstream for utilization. Okay, and removal of unwanted material with the help of its filtration unit, which are more than 1 million each kidney. Of course, we will study about details of the structure in the next class. Okay, and these filtration unit of kidney is called as nephron. Okay, now though its main function is filtration, but kidneys also produce certain hormones which stimulates red blood cell production, regulate blood pressure, and also controls calcium metabolism. Isn't it amazing? Okay, so it's a very, very, very important organ which is present in our body. Okay, now as far as the total filtrate which is concerned, which is produced by the kidney, that makes up to near about 190 liters of the filtrate is produced by the kidney every day. Okay, and the urine, okay, which is expelled out, expulsion means removal, which is removed out, that is near about 2 liters. Okay, so total filtrate which is recovered, that makes up to 180. Okay, 180, near about approximately 180, okay, liters of the filtrate is actually recovered. Now, you know that a particular human being can store the urine for near about 1 to 8 hours. And after that, okay, there is a feeling of urination, and that particular feeling of urination is called as micturition. Okay, and that happens when the bladder gets filled with urine, okay, more than up to 8 hours. So for 1 to 8 hours, human body can actually control urination, or can store the urine for that much period of time. Okay, now whatever filtration takes place, whatever purification takes place, that happens within the kidney, and after that particular filtration, the unwanted material is removed, okay, in the form of urine, and it gets collected into this particular ureter. Through ureter, it enters into the urinary bladder. Okay, urinary bladder has some structures, some muscular structures, and these structures are called urinary sphincters. Okay, these are sphincter muscles which contract, and then after 8 hours, okay, for 8 hours the human body can control the urine. After that, there is a feeling called micturition. Okay, with the help of this urinary sphincter muscles, okay, the urine from the urinary bladder reaches the urethra, and through the urethra it is expelled out or removed out in the form of urine. Now, here I would like to say one particular information or one particular thing, that filtration, okay, with the help of nephron by the kidney takes place 40 times a day. Isn't it amazing? Okay, and the urethra, which is used to expel the urine out, okay, it is called as urinogenital duct in males. Okay, because it is a common passage for urine as well as the semen as far as males are concerned. I hope the entire explanation is very clear. If you have any comments regarding to the topic, please comment in the comment box so that I can come up with different methods of explanation. Thank you so much. Have a good day.